ladies and gentlemen, prepare to be inspired by an exceptional HR leader, Mr. Chandrashekhar B, who brings over 2 decades of diverse experience as his professional journey spans multiple industries, including steel, coated fabric, cement, tire, and apparels. With expertise from recruitment, learning and development, performance management systems, labor relations to conflict resolution, it would not be an exaggeration to state that Mr. Chandrashekhar has handled everything related to human resources. Currently serving as the General Manager, HR and Administration at Kirloskar Ferrous Industries, Karnataka, Mr. Chandrashekhar has proven himself to be a strategic mastermind. His ability to align HR strategies with organizational goals and vision has earned him accolades and recognition in the industry. He's a certified CII HR Excellence Assessor and a Lean Six Sigma Green Belt professional, reflecting his commitment to lifelong learning and achieving excellence. Mr. Chandrashekhar is not just a theoretician. He is a hands-on leader who has successfully managed greenfield projects, transformed talent acquisition processes, facilitated SAP and Oracle ERPs, and championed employee welfare initiatives. His dedication to HR excellence is further underscored by his numerous awards and achievements. And I warn you, it's a long list, but I've selected a few from there. He has been honored with the prestigious Green Tech Environment Awards in 2022 and 23, along with the Green Tech International EHS Award. Additionally, he has received the CII National HR Excellence Award and the Leadership in HR Excellence Award too. Further, he received the Asia Pacific HRM Congress Award, ET Now CSR Award for 3 consecutive years, and the National Safety Council's Unnat Suraksha Puraskar too. His efforts contributed to KFIL being awarded the CII Exim Bank Business Excellence Award and the prestigious Chairman's Award in both 2022 and 2023. This is an invaluable opportunity for all of us to learn from a distinguished professional, a true icon in the field of HR. Let's now welcome Mr. Chandrashekhar, who is joining us from Hospet, the largest and fastest growing industrial city of Vijayanagar, Karnataka. Welcome to Learning from Leaders series, sir. Over the years, the role of HR has transitioned significantly from a very traditional personal function where just payroll and attendance management used to be the focus, to a strategic planning role now that influences boardroom decisions. Can you elaborate through your first-hand experience of witnessing this shift, having worked with various sectors, that how have you observed HR's strategic initiatives impacting organizational decisions and outcomes? Additionally, how do you believe this evolution has redefined the perception and importance of HR within the company, especially in the eyes of the top executives or the board?
You have rightly said, ma'am, because I started my journey in the year 1999 as a professional. So that started with the talent acquisition and talent development, and also on the attendance and payroll management. So with that, the major focus was to meet the requirement of the organization only related to the hiring of the right talent and also as the processing of their payroll. Like over the year, as the globalization has turned the business scenario across India, and all the corporates have been shifted as a HR business partner. Like right now, with all the MDs and CEOs have worked in the last 5 organizations, have worked with JK Industries Limited, Dalmia Cements, and Ultratech Cements Limited, and Mayur Group of companies, and also present with Kirloskar Ferrous Industries. Like the top 2 leaders have the privilege to associate with them, work directly in contact with them. Here, like HR will be playing a major role in terms of the business decisions, like the annual operating plan. It will be started with the new financial year beginning itself, like like in the previous year, maybe in the December and January, used to start the annual operating plan organization and how HR can be aligned with the organizational vision mission.
Okay.
In this scenario, I'll take the example of the Kirloskar Ferrous itself. Like we have targeted to reach $1 billion company by 2030. So with the strategic initiatives and the involvement in the HR in the major the business decisions, like we have commissioned the cocoa units as a phase one and phase two during the COVID 2020 itself. And that difficult scenario, we have continued the project implementation and we could able to succeed during the lockdown period itself. Why I have taken this example is like all the HR leaders has to face some of the critical situations where they have to take a stringent scenario and actions to meet the organizational outcome.
Right.
There's the one biggest example, and also we converted all our administrative officers into their staying accommodation places so that all our learning and development centers and our auditoriums, everything is being converted so that we can provide those opportunity and to make them comfortable in the execution of those scenarios. And also, we have made the three major acquisition in terms of VSL Steels we have acquired, and Indian Seamless Metal Tubes Limited has been acquired in 2022, and recently we have acquired Oliver Engineering Private Limited.
Okay.
In all the three acquisitions in terms of due diligence, how how it will be get impacted in terms of the compliance part, in terms of the people requirement, helping the operation team to start the project as early as possible. So with that, we could able to reach the $1 billion company by our dream by 2024 itself. This is this financial year. And we have redefined our milestone to become a $2 billion company by 2030. In Mayur Uniquotors Limited, I have been working with one more greenfield project where we have set up a plant in Madhya Pradesh near Gwalior, so that we are comfortable in Rajasthan. Setting up a new plant in Madhya Pradesh also a bit challenges.
Okay.
So that HR major role in terms of identifying the critical skills required for that project execution and onboarding the right people during the project execution and also on the successful completion. Later on, ensuring the strategic compliance related to that particular state or that particular business requirement meeting. It is really a right contribution, value addition from the HR is in today's scenario. Gone are the days where they are mainly focusing on the payroll part or the time and attendance process. All such processes have been outsourced. Now the HR major role is how we can bring the value to the organization in terms of being a strategic business partner. The annual operating plan and long range plan. One, the current challenge all the organization what they are facing is transition of shifting towards the digitization of the complete the HR platform itself and how the future would be. Like we need to upskill the talent in terms of the people analytics, which is very essential in today's scenario, and acquiring to the new talent and making ourselves ready so that we can align with the new technology which is upcoming in trend, so that our HR people will also be at par with the other business requirement. One, the current challenge all the organization what they are facing is transition of shifting towards the digitization of the complete the HR platform itself, and how the future would be like. We need to upskill the talent in terms of the people analytics, which is very essential in today's scenario, and acquiring to the new talent and making ourselves ready so that we can align with the new technology which is upcoming in trend, so that our HR people will also be at par with the other business requirement, so that the more analytical inputs we are getting in our day-to-day business, so that we can act accordingly. That's the one major requirement. And on the new acquisition, like since we are targeted to become a $2 billion company by 2030, the future manpower requirement and also the EV, which is been impacting since we are into automotive manufacturers, like the castings for heavy engineering applications, like for the off-road vehicles as well as for the heavy engineering vehicles. So in that scenario, what's going to be the next era in terms of the technology, whether EV will take over or the hydrogen vehicles will come up. So in that scenario, both the skill sets required for our businesses is a big challenge. So we have been working on both the platform.
I was just wondering when you were telling me about these technology related and the people analytics that from the younger generation, it may be easier for people to absorb and develop these competencies. But do you think people who are more experienced, they are also ready for this kind of change and upgradation? What is your personal experience?
If we are ready to change, accept the change, so we will be available in future. Otherwise, there is no place at all.
Very true, sir.
The technology is changing very fast, so that we need to be at par with the technology always. Because now the manufacturing lines, the robotization, and also on the industry 4.0, they have been transforming and adopting to the new technology in the manufacturing line. Our production managers have been updated their knowledge to the new business requirement. Why can't the people manager? We need to change ourselves. And we cannot foresee how the business scenario is changing if we are not updating to the current requirement.
It has become quite clear that how HR is now playing such a strategic role, especially with the expansion projects which the company undertakes, and in terms of identifying the right people for the right job for the various projects, so that finally after the onboarding, the commissioning becomes a reality. So thank you for those wonderful examples which you've provided to us. And now I have one more question in my mind, which I want to ask you. Can you share a specific instance from your career where you successfully resolved a complex interpersonal conflict within your organization? Because, I was reading somewhere that whether we have different types, different forms of conflicts. They could be inter-organizational, intra-organizational, and interpersonal. The highest percentage is of interpersonal conflict. So what strategies did you employ as an HR leader, and what was the outcome? How did you solve that conflict?
Interpersonal, the conflicts in the workplace is quite natural, like as a part of colleague interaction. Conflict can occur between the colleagues within the team or between the team members or the leaders. Like the major, like when I have been working with nearly 22 years in the manufacturing industries. So majorly in terms of IR related industries, such kind of a conflict, it will certainly arises. There, HR will play a major role in terms of to resolve the conflict and align with the team to the organization vision and also on the values of the organization. There, we need to inculcate and imbibe those people to practice the organization values, and the etiquettes needs to be followed while performing the business requirement. Our industries is a very in terms of we have to be with the local community, like nearly 85-90% people have to be from the local people itself, so that somewhere the leaders might have the inclination towards their own people, and some of the people who have been diversified in culture from the other uh, like part of the India or other part of the district. So sometimes they will feel like some bias in nature, only in few we will come across. So such kind of a scenario, we need to counsel both the people, understanding their pulses and how they can should not such kind of a conflict should arise in the business operations. So we could able to sense such kind of a people when we receive such kind of a message from the shop floor or else from our employee relations team. So we call separately both the team, understand, and will align as per the values of the organization. They can cohesively work, and towards the organization success they can contribute.
Right. You mentioned ego just now, sir. If we break up the word ego, it says go, E plus go. So the word itself means let it go, but somehow we humans hang on to it. And that creates a lot of problems and conflicts,
Yes.
Whether at the workplace or in the personal life. So very rightly pointed out by you, that's one of the things. And with the diverse workplaces that we have, with the workforce diversity that we have, yes, people from different cultures, different backgrounds, I'm sure the conflict is there, and you have to be very, very patient as an HR counselor, counseling them and seeing to it that the things get resolved without harming the organization's interests. So thank you for those 2 points related to interpersonal conflict. And now one more question for you. As someone who has held the position of head of training and development, and personally also you've undergone numerous courses, how do you perceive the significance of continuous professional learning? Further, how has this learning contributed to your own professional growth? And in terms of the organization, if I speak, once the new recruits start working, is it practically important to spend on their talent development in your perspective as an HR leader? So please throw some light on that.
When we are aligning all the workforce towards the organization vision and mission, so in that scenario, the continuous professional development may play a major role in that. So when we have so many acquisition and also new business ventures we have been entering, the skill sets of the people and placing the right talented people at the right place becomes very much important. And first, I'll just explain about how it has been happening in my present organization and also what I have done in my previous organization, like development of the future leaders and providing a platform for them so that they can show their talent and also in terms of value addition in the organization success and also on their professional career. Uh, the future leaders development programs, what we have initiated last 6 years before, nearly some 78 people would be could able to develop in last 5 years. The major focus on how we can develop the middle management level so that they can take up the next higher position, looking at the new business opportunities which is been arising. In that scenario, the high potential fast tracker is the one of the program where the talented people they have been undergoing with the general intelligence assessment, personal profile analysis, and also through the assessment centers. We have been identifying their individual development plan and also making them undergoing with the our Kirloskar Institute management faculties. They will undergo some of the interventions and they will be doing their live projects and also providing the opportunity on the shop floor so that they will be get exposed with the new projects and they can contribute. This is the one part. In a similar way, like I do got such kind of an opportunity when I have been working with my previous organization and also with the present organization. I started my career as a excellence professional, as the implementation of the systems, the quality management, environment management, occupational health and safety, and also on the Six Sigma live projects I have worked. So one of my previous company's CEO has identified the people skills related to that. And I do have the post graduation in the HR and marketing. So they have provided the opportunity for me to develop as a people manager. So I was handling both the business excellence activity as well as for the HR functions. So that's why I have shifted my entire career to as a people manager. So identifying the right talent and the skills with the MD and CEO will also matters for their immediate reportees. There, my continuous development journey has started, and I'm focusing on that and contributing towards that. This is the one area where the talent development and also providing a right platform matters a lot by the leaders foreseeing and acting according to that. Some areas where the junior management and also for the senior management, we have a specific interventions have been planned for a coaching for the senior management role so that they can acquire the new skills and they can contribute in the new business venture and as well as for the team members who have been working in a junior management role based on the competency and skill mapping aligning with the new business requirement and development is being taken care of.
All right. Just now, when you were telling me about the future leaders development, I remember listening to Mrs. Indra Nui in one of her interviews. And when they asked that, what is your message to the younger generation? She said something similar. She said, we people who are in positions of power, it is our responsibility to bring others up. And one of the ways of bringing others up or empowering them is through lifelong learning. So, your thoughts and Ms.
Yes.
Indra Nui's thoughts, they are seeming to be on the same platform. So thanks for that input, sir. And now, one last question I want to ask you. I know you are a very busy person, but I'm still tempted to ask that if you reflect on your successful journey, what would be the three guiding principles or pieces of advice which you want to offer the future generation and the working professionals who are aspiring to have significant success in their careers, just like your achievements? So we would really want to know those three important things in your life.
First and foremost, we should never give up in our professional career until we found a solution for any problem. We should never give up. So that such desire and passion, it will take us to our destination. That I personally believe in that matter itself.
Right.
Because this has happened in 2020, as I have quoted some of examples of the acquisition and as well as through our project commissioning. So it was very challenging scenario. Like the district to district, our company is being situated between two districts. From two districts, the employees, the district borders have been seized. So to operate the organization in a tough situation, we should never give up as a people manager from the main gate to tell the people who have been safely working, completion of their work, and go home safely to their residence. It is our responsibility. The second point on like we should keep the four C's very much important for any people manager. It is on the creativity, innovative thinking, communication, and collaboration. We should develop the next level people, their skill set that leads to the organizational development. They can value add in the journey of excellence. That's one and requirement of today's scenario.
Supporting what you've just said, when you said that never give up attitude, I remember my mother when I was a child and I used to get stuck up. She used to always say in Hindi that agar koi tala hai to chabi zarur hogi. So, if there is a deadlock kind of situation, if you look hard enough, we would definitely find a way out. Sometimes through in the box thinking and sometimes through out of box thinking. So here I would like to really thank you with this for generously sharing with us your time, your insights, especially on a Sunday for this Learning from Leaders series. Your expertise, your knowledge, your experience is really invaluable. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to learn the key things that a leader should keep in mind. So thank you, sir.
It's happy to associate it on this platform and also happy to share my experience, and also thanks for providing this opportunity for me to express my experience on this platform.
And that's very modest of you to say that, sir.
Yes.